Hi, welcome to Simply Made Fancy, and I'm Ruth Angelina, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to make this beautiful teapot cake for a special little princess on her 4th birthday. Happy birthday, Diana! This little princess wanted a chocolate teapot cake. So this little princess is going to get a chocolate teapot cake. I'm starting to assemble it. I baked the cake a couple hours before, and now I have the shapes and I'm ready to start stacking them and shaping them into this fabulous teapot cake for a wonderful little girl's birthday. So to create the teapot shape, I had a special pan that was given to me years ago, actually for my bridal shower. And it was one of those things that I saw in an infomercial once, and I had to have it. So I had put it on my registry, and one of my mom's friends gave it to me for a gift for my wedding. And I still have it to this day, and I get to use it a couple of times during the year, and it was perfect for the shaping of this cake. So let me show you the pans that I used to create the shape for this teapot cake. So I don't even know if you can still get this product, but I will search for it, and if I do, I'll link it below so you guys can check it out. And this is what it is, the Betty Crocker Bake and Fill. And it's a dome shaped pans to create kind of like circles or ball shaped cakes. And I've used it for one of my son's birthday parties when I wanted to create a 4-dimensional basketball for him, and everybody loved it and it came out great. So I'm using it for the teapot cake in a little bit of a different way. So let me show you what I did. This is the shape over here, as you can see. So this is kind of like what I wanted the top to look like, really rounded, and the bottom to look like this. And then it also comes with this other little piece. So I put my batter on here, and then I put some batter on here, and then I did a couple of layers of this. And these are the pieces that I made in the oven. So I have the bottom part, the top dome part, and then all the layers in between. So now I'm gonna start stacking them with my buttercream, chocolate buttercream to be exact, and then stack it up and then start shaping it so it can look like a teapot. I think I wanna get a little bit of this off because it looks a little bit domey still. So I'm going to take some more off the top so it can look a little flatter. So this is what I decided after trying to figure out. I really like the shape of just these 4 layers and not adding a 5th layer. I think it looked too big and too kind of clumsy and not so much of a teapot. So I'm gonna stick with this shape. And now I'm just gonna start carving it out to make the shape a little bit more cohesive. Here's the cake, 4 layers. It's the shape that I wanted. And now I'm going to do a crumb coat with some white frosting because the cake is gonna be covered in white fondant. So we don't want to do chocolate because it'll see through. And now I'm just gonna set it in the fridge like I said, and while I'm waiting for it, I'll do the fondant and then cover the cake. So the cake is setting in the fridge. Now time to roll my fondant. I'm just gonna make the teapot in white, and then all the embellishments with the flowers and all the little different details are gonna be in color. So that makes it easy because I don't have to color this fondant, and that takes much more of a longer time and it's a longer process. So now it's just rolling a lot of rolling. And I'm just gonna roll and roll until I get the circle big enough to cover the entire cake. Honestly, I wish I had one of those machines that, you know, these big professional bakeries have. They're called sheeters, and it's like a big giant kind of mechanical thing that rolls sheets of fondant just like you would with like pasta. As far as fondant, you can purchase, there's a couple of different types. There's one called Silk that's pretty good, and Wilton makes one, and you can make your own. I have yet to try making my own fondant. One of these days I'll try it and I'll make a video to share my experience and the results. I'm not sure, it just will take a long time to make fondant and then have to make a cake. But one of these days I'll try it. I'll give it a try. And on fondant, I like to pick it up every couple of rolls so that it doesn't stick to the bottom. And you can put either flour or powdered sugar to make it less sticky. Now, because this cake is not a regular shape, I'm gonna have to guess how big my fondant is. And the way that I figure it out is that I just measure the layers and I kind of, in inches, and I kind of figure out how much I'm going to need and leave some for overlap. Maybe this is like a new workout. I think I invented a new workout, rolling fondant. All right, so now for the most scary part of all time when it comes to cake decorating is putting the fondant on the cake and crossing my fingers that there won't be any cracks or damages, and that this amount of fondant would be perfect for the size of this cake. I always get super nervous about this because sometimes you just only have one shot. So one tip, I like put the flour or powdered sugar on my arms, and I just like roll it on top of my arms and then hope for the best. This actually feels nice. So I covered most of it, and then it has like this little tail part, but this is okay because this will be where the spout goes, and I'm just gonna cut it off. And then the seam, I'll fix it later. This is called a fondant smoother. You can do this, or you can take a bit of your fondant and roll it to like a ball and smooth all the edges. You can do that, but I finally got one of these. And now this is ready for all the other embellishments, the spout, the handle, the topper, and a couple of other details, adding some flowers, and then voila. The next step for this cake is to do the spout and the handle. And I got my own teapot to kind of figure out what it looks like. And I think I got the right size for this cake to go here. And all I did is that I mixed some gum paste and some fondant, and it just has to dry so it could get firm. And I put a little curved wire on this part, inserted it in there, and then I'm putting this wooden skewer here and cutting it a bit so that when I insert it in the cake, this will be what'll hold it up to the cake. So this is the gum paste that I'm using, also from Wilton. I'll link it below. And all I'm doing is taking the same amount of gum paste and the same amount of fondant and mixing it together. So I have my wire. This is my wire my husband was able to cut for me. It's a cable wire. Alright, so this is the shape that we're going for. It's kind of like almost a little bit of a heart, half of a heart shape, I would say. And then I'm going to put it on here. All right, so I'm gonna put a little bit of royal icing to glue the parts together. Okay, so for the top of the teapot, I just used a little bit of the fondant and gum paste, and I created this little dome. And then I'm gonna put that on top, and there goes the little teapot. I think this is ready for some decorations. I rolled out some fondant because I'm going to create a little lip and to cover that part of the lid. And now I'm gonna take some fondant and color it in like a violet color for a little label that I'm gonna make. So I'm using this cookie cutter and I'm going to make this shape in lavender and then put the D on it for Diana. Cute. And now this teapot is ready for the fun part, the embellishments and all the cute flowers that I'm going to be putting. And I'm using these little royal icing flowers all around the cake. And if you want to watch a tutorial on that, please make sure to watch the video on Tea Party sugar cookies and you'll see how I made these cute little flowers. The first step is where to place all the flowers. So I'm going to go with having kind of like a cascading effect over here and then some flowers over here and then some random ones all over. So that's what I'm going to attempt. First, I'm just going to map it out with my royal icing so I know what I want to do. And then it's just start putting them on there. And I have some green royal icing for the leaves that I'm gonna be putting. So all I kind of want to do is kind of eyeball. This cake came out so beautiful. I can't wait to see Diana when she first takes a look at it. I know she's gonna be super, super excited about it. And I had a wonderful time creating it for her. And I also made these cookies and I'll link the video below so you can check that out. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and check out some of my other videos. See you next time.